Let's talk some more about dressing appropriately over 50. Hello ladies, welcome to part 2 of this little mini series, Dressing Appropriately Over 50. But if you were here last week, you know that this is really about dressing appropriately anytime, because we want to do that. We want to look appropriate for the situation, appropriate for the place. Hello, my name is Kay, and this is Dress for My Day. And so, of course, part of getting dressed for our day is getting dressed appropriately. Now, if you have a problem with that word, and if you think I'm nitpicking, then you probably need to go back and watch last week's video, and you'll discover there that this is not about following a set of arbitrary rules that somebody places on us. This is about making wise choices with our clothing and how we put things together. And in last week's video, I gave you 8 components that we always want to take into consideration when we're getting dressed. They actually will come to you effortlessly after a while. You don't always have to think about these every single day. You don't have to think about these 8 things, but you'll get it. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that first one because we talked about those 8 in detail. And then after you have covered those 8 and you've thought through them, the next step we said is to think about your role in the situation. And you're going to want to think about that as I tell you how to build this appropriate wardrobe. But that third and final step was to realize that really dressing appropriately is all about not thinking so much of yourself and having to be the star of attention, but instead being considerate and respectful of those around you. If we are respectful of our host, if we are respectful of the other attendees, if we are respectful of our date, then we are going to dress appropriately. So one of the things I find that gets in the way of us dressing appropriately, though, say for different situations, is that we lack certain things in our closet. And so that sends us into a little bit of a tailspin. Either we have to go out and purchase things that we don't want to have to purchase for this one thing, and therefore we end up being inappropriately dressed because we don't want to spend the money. Or we don't have what we need, and so therefore we substitute in something that really isn't appropriate. So let's talk today about how to build a wardrobe so that whatever the situation, wherever you are, whatever the culture, whatever you will be doing, you will have some things in your closet to help you be ready for those situations so you can dress appropriately. I have some items that I think we need in our closet. Let me get going on the list. The first thing is a blazer. Now really, whether you are a blazer kind of gal or not, let me tell you why I think every woman needs to have at least one, is because it can elevate any outfit a notch or 2 or 3. So even if you are, let's say, going to a corporate meeting and you thought that everybody's going to be kind of dressing down at it. You thought everybody's going to be wearing jeans and a t-shirt or jeans and a sweater like I'm wearing today. If you also have that blazer with you, you can wear it over the jeans and the sweater and it immediately elevates that outfit. So a blazer will elevate everything, whether you're going to a date, you're going out to dinner somewhere a little bit nicer than you had anticipated. Maybe you are suddenly needing to go to a funeral or go to a funeral home for a visitation. If you have a blazer in your closet to throw over whatever else you are wearing, it will elevate that outfit. Now, I'm not talking about it's going to elevate your shorts and your t-shirt to party ready, okay? Play with me here. But really, that blazer really can elevate your outfit tremendously. So I just think it's key. Now you could have a basic black or navy or gray blazer is perfect. Camel's great. But if your style is different and you want something more like a plaid that I'm wearing here, that'll work too. So just think though that this piece is the one that's going to really help me elevate my outfit. So if you put that kind of burden on that piece, you'll shop accordingly. The second thing that I think every woman needs to have is a pair of nude pumps, or hey, if you don't do heels, then maybe nude kitten heels. You just don't do heels at all, then nude flats. And at one time I would have said they needed to be pointy toe flats. Now I'm going to kind of ditch that. They could be squared off toed. The point is they need to look polished. I wouldn't go with round toe flats. I don't think those count. They look a little juvenile, a little casual. But if you have a pair of nude colored dressy shoes, whatever is dressy for you, so a pump, a flat, or a kitten heel, something with a closed toe. Once again, that is going to elevate your outfit no matter what you're wearing. It's just going to look so much more polished. The third thing that I think every woman needs to have in her closet is a classic cardigan that is a little bit dressy in a neutral color. So it could be in a black or a navy or a gray or a taupe color or a camel color, something that will work with versatility in your personal wardrobe. But that cardigan is going to really come into play in those situations where you just need something over your arms. And the truth is, ladies, there are situations where we need to cover our bare arms. There are even some churches that insist on it. So I think having that cardigan also just for work, you know, perhaps maybe for a funeral situation, a wedding, there are going to be so many opportunities when you're going to reach for that cardigan to complete that outfit, and it's going to help you feel more appropriate for the occasion. Another thing that I think every woman needs to have in your wardrobe is some classic jewelry. And by this, I really mean three things, three pieces. Some classic earrings, either in gold or silver, that are slightly elevated but very pared back and elegant. I think what I'm wearing today, there's some split hoops. So either some hoops or split hoops or just something very classic. They could also be studs. The second thing in that jewelry you'll need is just a nice simple necklace, maybe either gold or silver, or pearls would also work. And then if you like to wear bracelets at all, I think a nice bangle or some kind of a pearl bracelet or a simple chain is so nice. So just that elegant pared back jewelry. What you're going to do with this is, if you're suddenly called out of town to go to a funeral or to go to an emergency situation, you grab those three pieces. They're going to go with everything. You're going to feel appropriately dressed for every situation. The next thing that I think that every woman needs to have in her wardrobe is a simple, elegant black dress. Now, if black is not your color and you prefer to go with navy or gray or even camel, some neutral that looks elegant and good on you and that works with your wardrobe, you want a classic pared back solid dress in that color. And the reason you want this, once again, be thinking about things like funerals or a meeting or maybe even a court appearance. So it's those occasions, those emergency type occasions, the ones we did not anticipate, they're the ones that catch us off guard and we end up dressing inappropriately. But if you have that simple, pared back, elegant black dress, I'm not talking fancy, but just something you could wear out to dinner or you could wear to a meeting and look and feel professional and pulled together. Another thing that I think that every woman, though, needs to have in her wardrobe may surprise you a little bit, and that is a pair of classic blue jeans. I have been really surprised to find so many women who don't wear blue jeans at all. And guess what? Kudos to you. If you really like to live that kind of an elevated lifestyle where you dress a little bit nicer all the time, I'm all for that. But what you don't want to happen is you don't want there to be a situation where a grandchild or a neighborhood child or someone else wants you to go somewhere where really jeans are the most appropriate thing to wear and you don't have any. So I just really suggest that you find you one pair at least of classic, maybe dark to mid-wash denim. It may be a straight leg or maybe a boot cut if that's what you prefer. But we just all need to have a pair of nice blue jeans in our closet. Along the same lines, I think every woman needs to have a pair of white or some other classic color of sneakers in our closet. And these would be sneakers that are clean and ready to wear out for a casual occasion, not necessarily the ones that you exercise in, but something that would really pair nicely with those blue jeans or a skirt or a dress, but just something that will really make that outfit look a little bit more casual. You know, it's not only the dressier situations that we want to dress appropriately for, but we also want to dress appropriately for the more casual situations. In fact, I've heard it said that conventional wisdom says that really when it comes to should I look overdressed or underdressed, it's preferable to be a little underdressed. But I would add that we would want to be a little underdressed, but with a very chic, pulled together essence about us. So these types of things in your wardrobe will help you do that. So yes, even sneakers and blue jeans are so important to have in your wardrobe if you want it to be appropriate. And then one more thing that I think you might want to have in your wardrobe so that you're always appropriately dressed is a nice pullover sweater. So a little bit elevated pullover sweater. We're not talking about a print here. We're not talking about anything with a fussy neckline or any kind of fussy detailing, but maybe something in a cashmere or just something as elegant as you can tolerate. I know some people don't like to wear cashmere or wool, but even a pretty cotton sweater will work. So once again, you're wanting something that if you're going out of town suddenly and the climate is different from what you're used to, you are able to wear that sweater with that pair of trousers and you'll have one look. You wear it with those blue jeans, you have a different look. You might, in some instances, even be able to put it over that dress and have a whole different look. So that's pullover sweater, a little bit of an elegant one, a very chic pared back look is going to serve you well and help you to dress appropriately for a myriad of different situations. And then the final thing that I say that every woman needs to have in her appropriate wardrobe would be a nice pair of slacks. If you do slacks, and if you don't, then a skirt. And once again, we're talking about a classic cut and a classic neutral color. So a navy, a black, gray, camel, brown, whatever works for you, but it needs to be a classic cut pair of trousers or a skirt that you could wear to a meeting, that you could wear to that unexpected court appearance, that you could wear out to dinner, that when you go on that trip and you've got 4 or 5 things suddenly thrown at you that you were not anticipating, you are dressed for every occasion. So there you go. Those are the things that you're going to want in your wardrobe so that you can be appropriately dressed at all times. So I hope that has helped you, these 2 videos. If you did not watch that first video, I hope you'll go back and watch that one just to understand the importance of dressing appropriately and what we mean. We're not talking about some kind of arbitrary rules. We're talking about wise choices. And when you make sure that your wardrobe has these elements in it, even if you don't wear them very frequently, you will be so glad that they are there when you need them. I am going to have links to all of these elements that I mentioned today in a variety of price points and a variety of different styles and colors in the description box below. So if you notice there's a hole in your wardrobe that would help you to be more appropriately dressed, I want you to take a look down below in that description box. Thank you so much for joining me today, ladies. I hope this was helpful to you. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.